remember one beat I made. I remember one beat I made where I chopped up Jacking for Beats, the talking part of Jacking for Beats.
Yeah.
I remember that beat, but I don't remember anything else off that record. That record was just a quick. He did the record with Ninth, and they wanted,
right.
but Drew Hahn knew. All right, this Buckshot with Ninth is something new that the people he's trying to work with the people, but I know they're still going to be craving for a Beatminerz because they want people, regardless of what, and regardless of how you look at it, people always going to want boot camp with Beatminerz.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at that and the whole nine. And so if I do a boot camp record, like any type of record from Black Moon on, I'm not doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I know the fans, and that's what the fans want.
Man, it's
you know
like,
what I'm saying? Like
peanut butter and jelly, man.
Right. Like I'm doing it because that's what the fans want. Because listen, when they perform, these guys got a million records with a million producers. But when they perform, they only perform the majority of the Beatminerz songs. Buck did 3 albums with Ninth Wonder. He only performs the Beatminerz songs. He don't perform none of the Ninth Wonder songs.
Damn. Those were 3 nice albums too.
Yeah, but no one doesn't, like, people, they hear it and they're cool with it, but they want that Beatminerz shit.
Why don't more people use you guys, man?
I don't know. Or because they people go for what's popping now. So, or what's popping at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we stay true to the form.
Mm-hmm.
We stay true to what we believe in, and that's why people respect us. Because we never changed our sound. We never adapted to. First of all, we never tried to sound like nobody. We never did the it thing, like whatever the it thing was. We never did that. We did the traditional Beatminerz sound, the sound that people loved us for. And I guess to some people they didn't like it, or some people they felt like they had to change their sound. We were refusing to change our sound. So because one thing is important to us, the fan base. Our fan base is important to us, and I personally did not want to let them down. Like me and my brother have the same mind frame, so he's the same way. I don't want to turn them away. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the people who made it possible for us to be here and for us to still do our thing to this day. So a lot of producers change their whole sound and to I guess be relevant. And I'm not saying that we're not relevant, but we're still working to this day. It's 2020. We came out in 1992.
Right.
And we're still working to this day because we kept it true to what we believe in.
And as a fan, thank you. And just know when I unwrap some music or download it or whatever we're doing at this point, I go to the jacket and I look for the Beatminerz tracks first. Anytime I do see anything, I play them first, and then I say I'll get back to the rest of this because I expect, like you said, I expect it to be dope because who it's coming from. And when I see the Beatminerz, it's like yes.
I'm like that with like Crisis. I'm like that with Knox, and I'm like that with Premier and P. Like if I see their names on a record, I go directly for their song.
I was going to ask you about the Warzone, but I have to ask you this question because it was burning in my chest. Give me your, at the beginning of the show, I said your favorite producer, and I truly believe that. Who are your favorite producers? We got Crisis, we got Pete, we got Primo. Who else?
Well, Pete is my all-time favorite. Pete is my all-time favorite. Knox is number 2. I love Knox. Knox is. Listen, I might be a little. I might get shot for this as soon as I walk out my door, but I think Knox is better than Dilla.
Woo!
Yeah, I think Knox is better than Dilla because Knox could take anything, and like if you follow him on social media, yo, this guy cranks out beats like a million beats a day, and he can make a beat out of anything, and that shit will sound funky. It doesn't even sound forced. Like this shit doesn't sound like I'm gonna make a beat out of this. I'm gonna force myself to make a beat. No, his shit sounds so easy and smooth and stuff like that. You know. So Knox is number 2, Cream is number 3. Crisis is number 5. Crisis number 4. And the only way I gotta take Crisis off, hold on. Because I still gotta put the Bomb Squad on it. Bomb Squad is the other reason why I'm here. And the Bomb Squad is like to this day I still listen to some of the stuff and I'm like, how did they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And the 5th,
you don't even have to put them in order, just name them.
I just happen to do that.
Oh, okay.
Put myself in order and stuff like that. Maybe oh man. Marley got some shit. Like Marley has some beats that was like, wow, I wish I fucking made that beat. Like he got a couple of joints that I was like, yo, I wish I made that. Marley maybe a 5, just because of the legend and the shit that he just put into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then then there's others like Jake One and like I said, Crisis and of course Raj and I was a big Solid Scheme guy. Like Dr. F's first album, oh my god, the production on that shit was crazy. And then, of course, Dr. Dre and Mike Dean and N.O. Joe from Houston.
Das Effects, the beats were awesome, but you know how you feel about Ultramagnetic?
I was never an Ultramagnetic guy. I was never an Ultramagnetic guy.
That's me with Das. That's how I am with the Das Effects crew.
Right.
They're my Ultramagnetic. Yeah.
Like everyone loves Ultra. Like me and Pops would have long discussions on how dope Ultra was, and I just never got it. I never got it.
Trust me, I understand. One of the guys in the chat room, one of my long-standing homies, man, he like my brother, and every time he brings up Das Effects, he looks at me and laughs. So.
But let me tell you something, man. I respected Das. Well, we had a club, like they won a set. I don't know how it was in Chicago, but in New York.
Oh no, it was insane.
We had a club called Mars, and used to pop off every Tuesday. When they threw that record on, that place went bananas. Like, you thought it was going to be total chaos in that spot. And then we had another spot called The Ark in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Effects performed there. And they used to show this video on this video show, Radio Mini Box out here. When that record came on, I swear to God, it looked like that place was about to cave in. So the visual aspect to that just made you boost up that whole thing. Like I heard the whole album before, like 2 years before it came out.
Dang.
So yeah, because when we heard it, it still didn't have the effect that it did when we actually saw the reaction to these records. Like when we heard it, we thought it was dope. But it still didn't put it over until we saw how people reacted to Day One Effect, and then after that was Mike Checker, and then with those records, when you saw the reaction, that's what took it over the top.
Yeah, I mean the production, like you said, was insane. I just really wasn't feeling the rhymes. I'm like, yeah.
But it was something different, though.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Listen. When you heard Rakim say the 7 MCs rhyme, your life, whatever you were doing, if you were an MC when you heard that, you crumpled up your rhymes and threw it away because you said to yourself, "I'm doing this shit wrong."
Wow.
After you heard that 7 MCs rhyme, right?
Right.
God's Effect wasn't Rakim. Like they didn't bring it. Like they wasn't on that Rakim level.
Right.
But it was something different. So with those rhymes and that the way the production was, it was a match made in heaven. And they knew they had something there.
I feel you. You know what? I can relate because I'm underground for life. I'm Beatminerz. I'm Boom Bap. I'm Primo. I'm DITC forever, right? And I remember my senior year of high school, 88. I'm KRS-One crazy at this point. I'm arguing with all my buddies. You know how it goes. You argue with all your friends who the dopest MC is. KRS-One was the greatest MC ever. Big Daddy Kane turned me into a hater. You know why? I went and bought that Long Live the King album. And I liked it more than I liked KRS-One. I gave it to my man who I was just telling you about here in the chat room, Big Illinois. I said, I don't want this. This is whack. Knowing in my heart that Big Daddy Kane was insane.
Right.
Every time I hear I feel you. It's like, but I'm like you with Ultra, man. I just whatever it is about Ultra, I know the feeling because I had arguments with guys like you going, nope.
Right.
I don't feel it. But guess what I did feel? That Warzone album. Talk to me, man.
The Warzone was our comeback together as a unit because, like I said, we had an issue. We had an issue with boot camp, and we weren't fucking with them. They wasn't fucking with us.
Okay.
What brought us back together, or what made us start working was when Tupac died. When Tupac died, Beatminerz and boot camp happened to be in Miami, and we were walking down the street, Collins Avenue, and Bob ran into Buck, and he was like, "Yo, let's start working together again. Like, let's put this bullshit behind us and let's start working." So I was like, "Listen, I don't have an issue. Let's do it." So we came in. We got hired to do a remix for Ziggy Marley that never came out. Like, we played it every once in a while, but we got hired to do this remix, and we put Buck on it. So it was kind of like the Return of Black Moon on that record. So they had the Eagle and Buck on it. So that kind of opened the gate for us to start recording. And then we just went in and started doing records. I love the Warzone album. It has a couple, like, All Swap to me is my favorite Black Moon record of all time. Like, the mix on that record was incredible. There was a couple of records that didn't have any connection, like, that showed that we didn't have a connection with each other. Like, the Frame record, after listening to it, I was like, there's no connection here. And the record he did with Louisville, there was no connection there. But you had great records like Onslaught and Throw Your Hands in the Air and something else. Annihilation with MOP. Those records, and Warzone, the title song, those records, I appreciated those records.
That Warzone was insane, man. The title track was insane.
Thank you.
That was insane. Now, my favorite song of all time that you guys produced A lot of people don't even pay attention to it. It's called Tools of the Trade.
Oh, wow.